Alright guys, sorry about that. Stream's very scuffed today. My game decided to break, so... And also half my graphics decided to break. So everything is scuffed today, but we'll be missing a little bit of quality, but doesn't really matter because quality only matters till the end anyway, so it's all good. We'll once I get the invite, lads, will be a grand job. Alright guys, okay, everything should be working now. Alright. Alright, there we go. We're back, guys. We're back. Everything's fine. Nothing's scuffed. It's all good. We've got FIFA currently on provisional pole. Rico, who won last week's race, is in P2, 107.9. Vapes, P3. Jerbo, P4, actually. It's been a while since we've seen him. He's put out a pretty phenomenal lap, I gotta say. We've got Hako, then Makolako, Jake Sin, Isaac, Velvet Thunder, Joe Molders, and Tristan currently way off the pace. I don't think they set most ideal laps at the moment. Alright, let's get some... Where is it? The goddamn lap data. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see who's doing some laps here. Hako is on out lap, it looks like. He's not gone into the pits, so I think he's starting now his flying lap. Let's see what Hako can do. Got just under 12 minutes left. Hako's an absolute champ. Also, I'd just like to give a small announcement here. We got from one of the Alright, I don't know what this is, but it's hashtag free crispy chicken, ladies and gentlemen. I bring justice to this chicken guy. I don't know who he is. I don't know what's going on there, but just I throw that out there. Alright, you know, I don't know what that means, if that's something absolutely horrible I've just said, but anyway, Hako's going to finish his lap here. And it's going to be a 108.3. He's up into P4 now. It's a solid lap there from Hako. Not sure if Makolako is on a fast lap or not. It does look like he is. PW Jones up into 7th place. Just a 100th of a second away from Jake Sin. He's up in P6. Incredible stuff. I gotta say, absolutely phenomenal stuff. Let's actually get the track map out here, ladies and gentlemen. Track map. Currently says Mako has the fastest sector too, but I'm pretty sure that's a glitch. I don't think that's possible. No, no way. I guess we'll find out now as Mako comes across the line, and it's a 108.4. That's good enough for P6. It's a nice lap there from Mako. He's in a great position here for some points. We've got a sprint race here as well, so there's definitely, you know, going to be a lot more carnage as well going on. There's a lot more racing laps to do, so should be pretty interesting, hopefully. Hopefully the sprint will shake things up. Vape's coming out of the pits. Joe Molders improves his time now to 108.1. That's P4 right now for Joe Molders. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Is it gonna outlap? Let's see, is anyone doing a fast lap right now? Looks like Jerbo's on a fast lap actually. He's doing quite nicely for himself. FIFA said an absolutely phenomenal time, I gotta say. 107.7. Like 3/10 faster, pretty much. Pretty incredible stuff. But Jerbo has improved by 3.5 tenths here in the last sector. And he's going to come around now. Down that last corner. And I guess we're going to see what he can do. And it's provisional P4 for Jerbo. Solid stuff, a 108.031. It's a solid lap there from Jerbo. He's so very close to beating out Vapes' time there. Just 4,000ths of a second away. But it's a phenomenal time, I gotta say. Enchiladadad. Absolute champ. 107 or 108.7. He's up into the points here, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely incredible stuff from the Alpine driver. Solid midfield contender. As Isaac now is on his fast lap, I believe. He's improved a little bit there in the first sector. He's trying to get into the lower half of the points. That's Robert DS, P2, 107.8. Very close there to provisional pole position there. Phenomenal lap there. Phenomenal lap from Robert DS. Good job, man. Good job. The rain is absolutely pouring right now in my house, so if you guys can hear, I don't know if you guys can hear the rain or not, but I really hope not. No idea. Luke GDI though, 107.6, provisional pole here. We've got a provisional 1-2 for AlphaTauri here at the moment. Incredible stuff. It's a solid, that's an amazing lap there from Luke GDI. So it's currently AlphaTauri 1-2, Robert DS P3, his teammate Velvet Thunder all the way down P16 at the moment. No, not exactly ideal for him. No, not exactly ideal. Gotta be honest, not exactly ideal. Tristan finally set a lap. It's 108.1. Currently provisional P8. Lars behind him in P9. Alfa Romeo in some pretty good points positions at the moment, but the Red Bulls are really off the pace here today. As Jake Sin takes provisional pole here, improves his time by 8.5 tenths. What a lap. Oh my god, did not even see that. I'm actually so mad I wasn't looking at that. Oh my god, I really gotta... I'm not on the ball here today, lads. I gotta get better at this. That's an incredible lap there from Jake Sin. We've got Dason now, who I believe is going to be starting his lap now. Let's see what he can do. He's a very quick driver, so he's definitely in contention here for a podium. Rico now, P3, splitting the AlphaTauris with a 107.6. Can Dason improve here in this first sector? I'm not sure it didn't come up there. I'm not sure if he did there. I don't think he did. Oh, I suppose it's because he hasn't set a lap yet. That's probably why it doesn't come up. Oh, actually makes a lot more sense. Oh, duh. But can Dayson... I mean, I don't know. Will he... Could he be fighting for pole position here? I'm not really sure. It's very hard to tell. He's yet to set a lap. I guess we're going to find out. He rounds the last corner. And it's just now all the way down to the line. And he's actually going to go into the pits there. I guess he maybe... He must have invalidated somewhere during that lap. Unfortunate for Dayson. He's got 4 minutes left on the clock. And he's yet to set a time. He's all the way down in 19th here. With Maestro, Velvet Thunder, Isaac, Palmigiano. I mean, Palmigiano, you know, absolutely incredible driver. I gotta say, he's an absolute champ. Palmigiano, he's incredible. He's absolutely, you don't want to mess with him. All right, don't mess with Palmigiano. Okay, don't fuck with that guy. Anyway, Joe Mollers, P4 now, 107.6. It's a good improvement there from him. Looks like Maestro might be starting his next lap there. Let's see what else we got. Shaladadad. Kino Bino has been disqualified from the session, blocking the pit lane. As Gerbo has kind of gone off there on the track, he's running around on the grass. Having a little trip there. PW Jones coming out of the pits. Vapes is currently on an out lap. It looks like he'll be starting his hot lap here. As everyone comes out now for their final runs of the session. It's going to be one final showdown between Jake Sin, Lucci DI, Rico, Joe Mollers, the whole lot. To see who can take pole position. Between first and sixth there's about 2.5 tenths. So it's tight for sure. We have Lars now. Yeah, everyone just seems to be starting their laps now, so... Peter Jones in his out lap. So is Enchiladadad. And we have Vapes improving by 3 tenths here. And it's not good enough. It's up to 6th place here for Vapes. And that is Isaac, who's on an out lap as well. Velvet Thunder. So that's Robert DS now. What can Robert do? He's only starting his lap now as well. This is Jake Sin now, so everyone now is starting all of their laps. This is the AlphaTauri of FIFA. He's coming around the last corner. What can he do here? Can he improve his time? No, he improves it ever so slightly, but it's not enough for a position change. Vapes has gone off there. Lars comes across the line. Still P11. So we have Rico comes across the line. Looks like he's only starting his lap now. Tristan, who's also starting his final lap of the session. As is Joe Mollers. Blue GDI improving his time by almost a 10th. Will it be enough? It is currently provisional pole here for Luke GDI. 107.5. Can anyone else respond to this? Can Rico, can anyone respond to this? Vapes coming around the last corner. He's got a Mercedes following closely behind. Can he improve his time? Oh no, it looks like he was also on outlet. That's his qualifying over with. As is Hako DK. Can his teammate Lars do anything else? And Lars improves to provisional pole at 107.53. An incredible time there from Lars. Massive improvement. And the two Red Bulls now of Tristan and Robert DS. Can they snatch pole position here today? It's not good enough for Tristan. Only P10 there for him. Can Joe Mollers respond? Yes, he can. It's a 107.5. Not quite good enough for provisional pole, but it is going to be good enough for P2 at the moment. As Luchi DI now comes across the line, he doesn't improve. He's going to be in P3. And it looks like that's about it for the rest of the points runners. We have Robert here as well. But it looks like he's also on an in lap. And that is it. It looks like Lars has taken pole position here in Brazil. Joe Mollers will be joining him on the front row, followed by Luke GDI, Jake Sin, and Dayson actually got a P5 there. He finally put a lap together and now he's at P5. It's a solid result there from Dayson, considering what happened to him. Rico P6, not too bad for him. FIFA P7, it was looking very promising for him. I'm not sure, I think maybe he chose, I'm not sure now if he chose to go out there on a third run or not, but still P7's a very respectable result. But Luigi, his teammate, is up in P3. It is very close between all of these drivers here at the front. I can't lie, this is pretty insane. We're just waiting now on all the drivers to head back into the pits. And that is it, that's qualifying over with. So Lars will be on pole position here for the sprint. Joe Mollers beats out Lucha Di by 0.02 of a second for P2. Joins him on the front row. Jake Sin in P4. Dayson in P5. Followed by Rico, FIFA, Vapes, Robert DS, and Haku DK, who rounds off the points. Tristan is all the way down at 11th. It's quite surprising, actually. Kino Bino, unfortunately, was disqualified from the session for blocking the pit lane. And we have some back markers here, but we'll see what happens. There could be a lot of carnage here in the sprint race. Into turn 1, it's very possible. Oh, fuck me. I never did the standings. Ah. At this point, my standings graphics are fucked, so at this point, it just does not matter. Right. I mean, I guess we can try to do them now, I suppose. I mean, it's kind of scuffed, but it's better than nothing, to be fair. Alrighty, so we have Joe Mollers leading the World Championship at 110 points. Followed by PW Jones, Robert DS, Luke GDI. PW Jones actually got P2 last weekend. Tristan shoots way all the way up to 27 points. Rico, after winning last week, managed to get it up to, I believe it is, P7 in the standings. Dayson Ben Mills fall down as Vapes makes it into the top 10. And we got for part 2, I think we have Jake Sin, then Enchiladadan, both tied on 21 points. Yosef follow closely behind. Vale, Maybach, Blind, Mighty Mac, Makalako, that guy, and MV1 that rounds off the rest of that. And for the constructors, we have Red Bull in first, obviously, 137 points. Williams takes second place again, 84 points. AlphaTauri, Haas, Mercedes, basically the same order as it was last week. So, yeah, Aston Martin are not doing too well here, to be honest. Only got 2 points here. The only team to score no double digits here so far. But I guess we're going to see how this all works out. We have Lars on provisional pole here. Got 12 laps of racing. Lars in the Alfa Romeo. He's missed a couple of rounds here this season, but he's back, and he's back on pole. What a way to return here to SERL. He's sliding all around the place. Joe Mollers, once again, very consistent driver now, up in P2. Joe Mollers, my goat. My goat, Joe Molars. Luke GDI, P3, followed by Jake Sin. I guess we're going to see what happens here. I think all the drivers that are on the even numbered are going to be at a pretty good advantage. Although that said now, Joe Molars has screwed up his grip box, which is an idea. That is a Mercedes, I believe, of Hako DK. Just spun round there on the track. Very, very questionable, but both Red Bulls disqualifying here at the moment. That's not ideal. And it's lights out and away we go here, ladies and gentlemen. Lars getting off to not the best of starts here as Joe Molars goes down onto the inside as they go into turn 1. Luke GDI in P3, following closely behind by Jake Sin, Dasat, Rico, who gets ahead of Vapes there off the start. Robert DS P8 as we come in now down this straight. Lars off to a very nice start there though. He's still in P1. Joe Molars following closely behind here as we have Luke GDI in P3. And it looks like there's a Mercedes there of Hako DK gone off the track, as Tristan is also having a look here on FIFA. He might try to dive down the inside, as we also have an Alpine of Rico and Vapes going side by side here. But Vapes still holding on to P6. It's a solid getaway there for these drivers. We have FIFA still trying to defend here from Tristan. Tristan's desperate to get ahead. He might just have a look here down on the inside. They're going to go side by side round this corner. But FIFA is still holding on here to P10 at the moment. Very nice defending there. Tristan was very aggressive. He still can't quite get ahead. As they start now, the next lap. We've got Lars, Joe Molars, Luke GDI, and Jake Sin. Followed by Dason. I guess we're going to see what happens now. Tristan might have a look there on the inside, but it's not quite close enough there for him. Macro Lacko very close to Jerbo there as well. As we have Vapes getting very, very close there to Dason, but again, he doesn't quite have the straight line speed. Joe Molars is hunting down Lars. And FIFA goes side by side here with Hako DK diving down onto the inside. They're going to go side by side round this corner. Hako DK still holding on to P9 here at the moment as they still going wheel to wheel here. But Hako does hold on, and now FIFA is under a bit of pressure here from Tristan, who's dived down onto the inside. But again, not quite close enough there to make a move. But FIFA is struggling there for grip there. Phenomenal racing here, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely incredible stuff. Tristan is just trying so hard to get ahead of FIFA here. He's got the ERS and he's going to go round the outside here on this straight. He has gotten ahead of FIFA, but can he keep it into this braking zone? And it looks like he might just have. Yeah, he's now up into P10. It's a solid move there from Tristan. Tristan now also going for Hako DK here on the same lap. He had a look on the inside, but he didn't quite go for it. But FIFA is following very closely behind here as well. Tristan now has got the ERS, he's got the straight line speed, and once again he's going to go around the outside here on Hako DK. Down this straight, they've both got the rear wing open, but Tristan breezes on ahead of Hako DK. And Hako really trying to maybe make another move on this straight. But it looks like Tristan now is up into P9. Joe Molers is still hunting down Lars for the lead of this race. But Lars is holding on very nicely here. And Hako is under a bit of pressure here from FIFA. These drivers are following very closely to each other here. The DRS is working very nicely, but some of these drivers are struggling a little bit to stay in it. So far, it's looking like... Lars might be able to win this. Seems to have consistent pace here over Joe Molers. That's Velvet Thunder and Palmigiano. Gets ahead of Velvet Thunder. Kino Bino 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So he's going to be going for a fresh set of mediums on this sprint race. FIFA gets ahead of Hako DK there. It's a solid move there from him. Vape setting the fastest lap of the session here. Hako now goes round the outside there on FIFA. He retakes his position now into P10. As we have... that's a... oh, that's Kino. Kino Bino. Muy bien, Kino Bino, muy bien. It looks like Hako a little wide there on that turn. And might leave him vulnerable now to FIFA, who might just make a move on him here in this next corner. Doesn't quite go for it, but he does have the opportunity now. If he can stay within it, he might just dive onto the inside here. He decides not to go for it. That is Kino Bino spinning off on the track. And that is Vapes gone off there. He's lost his front wing, and Rico has also gotten a penalty here in this sprint race. Rico's also gone off. I think there was an incident between those two drivers, and they've both fallen now out of the points. That is very unfortunate for both of them. As Tristan now goes side by side here with Robert DS, goes down on the inside, as does Hako DK and FIFA. Tristan does get ahead, and Hako DK is still holding on to P7 here against FIFA. Dason now down in P9 as well. He seemed to have been caught up in that. Robert, though, has the run here on Tristan. He's going to go back at him here. Down on the inside. They're giving each other just enough room here. But Tristan still holding around the outside. But they've made contact. And that's Robert into the wall. And so is Tristan. But Tristan gets to stay on the track. And Robert seems to be still in it. But he has lost his front wing. Oh, how unfortunate there for Robert. They just couldn't quite keep it clean there. He just clipped with his front right tyre. And that's Robert now down in P16. Tristan in P8. And that looks like a virtual safety car to me. Let's have a look here at the track map. Yep, that's a safety car anyway. That was just an unfortunate incident there. They couldn't quite leave enough room for each other. Hako now all the way up in 5th place now. So is FIFA now in P6, Dason 7th. Tristan does get to continue, but he may have wing damage there, I think. I'm not quite sure. Robert, though, smashed into the wall. I'm surprised he didn't completely DNF there. Well, that's certainly his sprint race over with. And Velvet Thunder has been given... Velvet Thunder's been given a drive-through penalty, which he'll now have to serve, but unfortunately he won't be able to serve it under the safety car because this game is very well designed. It's absolutely phenomenal. Just making sure, I keep thinking the stream is... I thought he just spun right there. Alright, come on there, Velvo. Go on there, boss. You got this, bro. We got this back. Palmigiano actually jumped Robert there in the pits. Robert had to change his front wing. And I think he just made a little contact there under the pit lane. And Palmigiano has just hit the wall there in the pit lane. That's a very very bizarre. This is just so bizarre. Well, I suppose there's not much point doing it, but I guess there is about, technically it's 4 laps, but yeah. It looks like we will have at least 1 lap of racing to go anyway. Got a track map here as well, actually. We just have, I believe, Kino Bino, Palmigiano and Robert all to catch up the rest of the field, and then the safety car should come in on lap 9. Looks like Kino Bino was lapped by a lot of the field, so that's why he's ahead of those 2 drivers there. He's the only 2 drivers he hasn't been lapped by yet. We are catching the rest of the train. You can just see them up the road. Lars, though, still holding on to first place. He's driven very well now, nice and cleanly. So is Joe Mollers. Lucci Di and Jake Sin have all avoided incidents, but yeah, there was something going on there between Rico and the other driver, I believe was no, not Tristan. Who was the other one he made contact with? I think it might have been. Who was it? I think it was Vapes. Yeah, I think it was Rico and Vapes who made contact there. Maybe one of them missed the braking zone. I'm not quite sure, but Rico now down all the way in 13th with a penalty as well. So not ideal for him at all. But I reckon the safety car will probably come in this lap. I don't know if we can have a look at the race director maybe and see. No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, safety car is coming in this lap, so Lars will be leading this Grand Prix. Lars is leading this Grand Prix. So Lars will be starting. I guess we'll see how he decides to do this restart. And we are going racing now once again. Joe Mollers now under a bit of pressure here from Lucci Di as we come into this first corner. Lucci Di is going to try go round the outside here on this Red Bull. Joel, though, not going to give him enough room. And that's a bunch of contact there. That's Lucci Di who's hit Joe Mollers' side pod, and he's been spun round, and he is now out of points contention. Joe Mollers was defending his place, but Jake Sin now is going to try go round the outside of Joe Mollers, just like Lucci Di did, and he's been pushed wide there by Joe Mollers. It's very reminiscent of Max Verstappen there. Dyson having a look here. He's going to dive down onto the inside here, FIFA, but he's not quite close enough. Jake Sin still hunting down Joe Mollers. Jerbo, it looks like Tristan had a bit of a moment there as Jerbo and Vapes both get ahead of them. Robert DS having a look here on Rico as well. Lars got off to a very nice start there. It was a very good restart there from Lars. And it looks like we're going to go 3 wide here down this straight. Vapes on the outside, Jerbo on the inside, and Tristan in the middle. Who's going to make it out here? Vapes going down onto the inside of Jerbo. And they make it out cleanly. Jerbo will have to take the runoff here. He almost loses the car, and Joel and Tristan has to do a bit of an avoiding action there. And he makes a little bit of contact as well there with Jerbo. He banged wheels together there, but Vapes does get ahead there. And Tristan now in PA ahead of Jerbo. That was some crazy stuff there, and that's put Marco Lacco and PW Jones now in contention. As Robert DS now goes down on the inside there of Enchilada. It's a nice clean move there from Robert. Parmigiano will be given a 3-second time penalty. That was incredible stuff. 3 wide into that corner. I don't know how nobody didn't die. Tristan now has got the ERS, he's got the straight line speed, and he's going to go round the outside here on Vapes. They're going to go side by side into this next corner, and we're going to see who comes out on top. Vapes holding his position here on the inside, and Tristan not quite able to get ahead, and that's Mako. He's lost out there, I think, against Robert DS. But Tristan is going to have another look here on this straight. Which way is he going to go? He's going to go for the outside line. Can he get ahead of Vapes here? Vapes pushing him a little bit off the track there. Tristan had to take a little bit of the runoff. But Vapes still holding on now into P7. They're going to go side by side into this next corner. Tristan's so very close to not making contact, but Vapes goes wide there. And now that's going to let Tristan go down onto the inside. But Vapes is still holding on that inside. And he's going to try stay ahead here, but Tristan is still just holding on. They're just going side by side here in every corner. This is incredible stuff, but Tristan does eventually get ahead into P7. And that is FIFA, who had a little problem there, and that is Joe Mollers, who's lost out there to Jake Sin, but he will have ERS, and it looks like Jake Sin will take P2 on the last corner, on the last lap. Not just quite missed that there, but that is Jake Sin now. P2. Lars does win this sprint race here in Brazil. Jake Sin snatching P2 at the last moment from Joe Mollers. Haku DK P4, Dasan P5, Gerbo in P9, Robert DS P10, PW Jones. So very close, but it looks like Robert just about got ahead there on that last corner. That was incredible stuff. Tristan bullied his way up the field now into P7 for this Grand Prix. This is going to set the grid now for the next race. That was incredible stuff, I gotta say. Absolutely phenomenal. Hako DK driver of the day, let's go. Let's go, lads. Hako DK. So that is Lars, who wins the sprint race. Jake Sin snatching P2 at the last moment for 7 points. Joe Mollers will have to settle for third. And Lars and Jake Sin will be starting on the front row for the main race. For the main event. Dason in P5. Behind Hako DK, then we have FIFA, Tristan, Vapes, Gerbo, and Robert DS. There was definitely some contact as well. Luke GDI had a moment there with some other driver there as well during that race. I think that was with Joe Mollers. I think he went side by side with him. Did like a Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, into that shit. My god. I just want to make sure everything's okay. I think it's all good. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's get some goddamn race facts, of course. We're on planet Earth here. Track 4.3 kilometers long, 15 turns with 2 DRS zones, top speed. Now, this is a bit dodgy, I'm not quite sure if this is correct, but 347 kilometers. That is Lars spinning out straight away on the opening lap. Interesting. And we have 36 laps of racing to go as well. So, and that's Lars is qualified. He's already on the grid, lads. Wow, incredible stuff. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. So, should be hopefully a good race. Jake Sin surprisingly taking P2 there in the last possible moment. Incredible stuff there. I think Joe Mulder's, I'm not quite sure, I literally just missed it. Like, I tried so hard to get over to it as quickly as possible by the time I realized. But yeah, no, I'm not sure if Joel like just made a mistake there, or if Jake actually, I'm not quite sure what happened there. If Jake just used everything he had and just powered on ahead. He did, to be fair, I think Jake did have the DRS, but Joel didn't. So that could have actually helped him. Because Joel didn't get the best of starts, so he couldn't stay in the DRS of Lars there after that restart. So it was good stuff there from Jake, I gotta say. Absolutely incredible stuff. A lot of incidents though, which FYA are definitely having a look at for sure. I wonder if any of it will get reported. And if you're new here as well, if this is your first time watching, I do the race highlights as well for this. So if you not really bothered watching the streams, go check out the race highlights on the YouTube. And it gives you about pretty much everything that you missed out on if you couldn't catch the race. So definitely check it out. Alright. Well, here we go, lads. And it's lights out, and away we go here, ladies and gentlemen. Jake Sin gets off to a very good start here, and he's going to take the lead of this race before the first corner. And Joe Mullers also gets ahead of Lars. Lars has had a terrible start here as he goes side by side here with Hako DK, who also gets ahead of him. Dason now in 5th place, following closely behind Tristan all the way up, and that is Vapes, who seems to have gone off there. He's lost several positions. As we come into this next corner, Hako DK going side by side here. Dasan getting ahead of Tristan, who gets ahead of Lars. Lars lost out massively there in those first corners, from pole to 6th in just a couple corners. As FIFA loses their position to Jerbo, he might just try to dive on the inside, and that is a little bit of contact there between Lars and Tristan, and they're going to try potentially go side by side. Lars almost losing the car there. He is on the hard tires, so he is going to lose out a bit as Jerbo and FIFA go side by side once again. Jerbo is still holding out right on the outside, and that is FIFA, who's gone wide there on that turn, and that's left Robert now to take 8th place ahead of him, and so does PW Jones in P9 now. FIFA has lost out a lot here on this restart as Hako DK has the run here on Joe Mullers. He's going to go round the outside, and he's going to get 2nd place ahead of Joe Mullers. They're going to go side by side, but Joel just can't quite keep it together there, and he's in 3rd place. Tristan is following closely behind now. He's done very well to get back up here into this position. Two AlphaTauris were very close to each other. Joe Mullers does try to get ahead of him, not quite able to. And that is Mako Lako going side by side here with Rico. He does get ahead now into 12th place. Incredible stuff here off the start. Jake Sin now leads this Grand Prix ahead of Hako DK with 2 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Incredible stuff there by Jake. He had a perfect start. Tristan is having a look here. He might go round the outside here on Dason. Kino Bino has retired from the session. That could be a safety car potentially as Robert also gets ahead. Robert losing out there to Jerbo just before the safety car comes out. Jake Sin had a 4-second gap to the rest of the field. But unfortunately Kino Bino just couldn't quite keep the car together. And that's brought out the safety car on lap 3. Jake Sin on pole. Paco DK P2. Joe Mollers P3. Dason P4. Tristan almost got ahead of him there before the safety car came out, but he just couldn't quite get the move done in time. Lars P6. He had a dreadful start there from pole to 6th place in 3 laps. He was on the hard tires and Jake Sin was on the inside, so like that was understandable, but man, he just lost out massively there. And it looks like it was only a virtual safety car. As Robert gets ahead of Jerbo there on the restart. It was a nice move there from Robert. As Tristan now is looking to make a move round the outside here on Dason. He's in the slipstream here of Joe Mollers as well. And they might just go 3 wide here into this corner. Tristan ahead of Joe Mollers. Or no, Joe Mollers ahead of Tristan. Then Dasan in P5. That was incredible stuff there. Oh my god. I don't know how they didn't smash into each other there. Oh my god. So Joe Mollers in P3. Tristan gets ahead of Dasan. The 2 Red Bulls are battling out here now for the final podium place. Jake Sin 3.6 seconds ahead. Tristan now will have the slipstream here on Joe Mollers. And he is looking, he's on the medium tires. He's going to go to the inside line. Can he get ahead of Joe Mollers, his teammate? He does get ahead of Joe Mollers. And Dasan might also have a look here. But he's not quite close enough and Joel has lost out. He's now out of the podium places. And Tristan gets ahead into 3rd place. As Dasan now also having a look here on Joe Mollers. He's on the inside. He has ERS and DRS. He's going to try diving the inside. But it's not quite close enough. But he's still there with Joel. Joel giving him just about enough room. But Joel's still holding on to P4 here. Dasan is so desperate to get ahead of him. But he just can't quite make it around him so far. And Lars is now also having a look on Dason as well. And he might just go for a move here. Not quite close enough. He was thinking about it. He was thinking about it, but he didn't quite go for it. As Lars tries to make a move here on Dasan. He's so very close. He's in the slipstream and he's got ERS. And he's going to look to make a move here down this straight. Which way is he going to go? He's not going to quite make it yet. Oh, he's actually decides to go on the inside there. They're going to go side by side there onto that corner. But Dason holds on to 5th place. He made a little mistake there. He went a little deep into that corner. That's given Joe Mollers a little bit of breathing room. Blue GDI now. Might make a move here on Jerbo. He's going to go to the outside line. And they're going to go side by side into this corner. He's trying to stick it, but he just can't quite do it. And that is Lars. He's lost the car there. He's still very close to Dason there, but he just went a little wide there on that corner. And that's left him vulnerable now to Robert DS, who has ERS. Tristan is also looking to make a move here on Haku DK. He has the straight line speed. He had a little look, but he didn't quite go for it. Robert now. Luke gets ahead of Jerbo. It's a nice move there from Luke. And Robert is attacking Lars here. Vapes is all the way down to 19th. He lost out on that stuff. Robert now going to the outside line. Lars pushing him very wide there on that corner. Lars defending his position very nicely. As Luke and Gerbo go side by side here into this corner. Luke still holding on to P8. Gerbo though will go to the inside. And Luke just about squeezes ahead there into P8. Lars is having a look. He's going to dive there onto the inside of Dason. Not much Dason could do there. It was a nice move there from Lars. He's now up into 5th place. Dason's really struggling with this car here. Yellow flags in Sector 1. Jake Sin still in the lead of this race. Incredible stuff here from Jake. He's pulled a 5.2 second gap on Tristan. As Rico goes side by side here with Gerbo. He's going to try stick it there onto the inside. It's a nice move there from Rico. But he is going to be vulnerable here down this straight. As Gerbo will have... Oh no, it looks like he's not going to have DRS. Rico is actually going to have the DRS. That's Rico now up into 9th place. Lars is really trying to get ahead of Joel here. He might have a run here down this straight. Will he be close enough though? He's using a bit of ERS. And he has the DRS. Will he be close enough to make a move? Not quite. He is very close, but not quite close enough. Lars might just be able to make a move here. Lars has got the straight line speed here. He's got DRS. He's going to go to the inside here against Joe Mollers. Can Joe Mollers do anything about it? Not really. Robert also gets ahead of Dason now into 6th place. 2 solid overtakes in 1 corner. That's Luke GDI, who's gone off the track now. He's down in 11th. He made a mistake there, it looks like, or maybe a bit of contact. But he's now down in 11th. That's very unfortunate there for Luke GDI, who was at one point on provisional pole during qualifying. That is very unfortunate for Luke. Robert having a bit of a moment there with the car. Unfortunately, he couldn't quite keep it together. He's lost a bit of time now to Dason. As FIFA gets ahead of Velvet Thunder. Luke GDI has been given a 3-second time penalty now for track limits. And that is Hako DK, gone off the track. He's in the grass, and he is lost out on this podium immediately. He's fallen completely out of the points. Oh man, that is so heartbreaking for Hako DK. He was running in such a good position, and unfortunately he just seemed to have made a mistake there. And it's cost him so dearly. And he just hits a billboard there as well. Oh, he's just completely lost the car now. He's been spun round. He's now down in 13th. Oh, how unfortunate for Hako. How unfortunate. EW John's now running in the points. As Gerbo has also gone off the track. He spun round. He's now down in 12th. FIFA also gets ahead of him. And so does Velvet Thunder. As Gerbo hit the wall again. He's just completely lost the car. He's lost his front wing. He's trying to fix himself here on the track. This has gone horribly wrong. He almost makes contact there with Palmigiano. Hako and Gerbo go side by side there for a little bit. That looks like it's a full safety car. Gerbo just completely spinning around all over the place and has triggered a safety car. So odd. Jake now coming into the pits. Our race leader 6 seconds ahead of Tristan, who also decides to pit. Followed by Lars. Joe Mollers is choosing to stay out here on these hard tires. Pretty much everyone is diving into the pits here for some free tires. For a quick tire change. Let's see how this works out for them. Joe Mollers will be leading this race on the restart. So heartbreaking for Hako DK, man. He was on for such a good result. He was in P2 before the spin there. And then Gerbo just completely lost the car. Like, that's not just once, several times. And he triggered the safety car because of the amount of crashes he was doing. There's a bit of a danger on track, I can't lie. But I guess we'll see now how the safety car works out for everyone else. Isaac retires the session. Hashtag free crispy chicken. So does Joe Mollers. Hashtag free crispy chicken. Seemed he was banned from another racing league, but that's about all I know. Well, was it deserved? I've no idea. I cannot comment on that. Rico and Luke going side by side here in the under the safety car. Trying to get ahead of Luke GDI very desperately. Gonna be one more lap under safety car. There's a bit of contact there onto the safety car. Rico managing to keep the car together. That was very, very dodgy, I can't lie. I'd imagine the safety car is probably coming in this lap. Safety car is coming in this lap. We're going to be back to racing. We've got about 20 laps to go. 20 to 19 laps. It looks like Joe Mollers will be doing the restart. Let's see what he can do. Can Jake Sin react well enough? He's going to leave it really, really late. And Joe Mollers has started the race once again, as we have multiple cars going side by side here. Robert DS going side by side here, as Luke GDI tries to go around the outside there of Lars, but he doesn't quite get it done. Joe Mollers still holding on to the lead of this race. Jake Sin is all over the back of him. He might try to make a move here on this next corner, but he's not quite close enough. Tristan also following closely behind. Robert DS now in 6th place, followed by Rico, who's going to try and go around the outside there on Robert, but he's not quite able to do it. Lars is having a look here on Tristan. He's got the medium tires. He's going to dive down onto the inside. That was a ballsy move there. And he is going to go around the outside there on Tristan. And it's a nice move there from Lars. As Luchidi also going down on the inside there on Tristan. He's been absolutely swamped by these drivers here on the softer compounds. And Lars is now also going to be hunting Jake Sin. But he has a bit of a moment as Luke now on the soft tyres is going to try get ahead of Lars as well here down this straight. He's going to go to the inside and he is going to get ahead as Jake Sin now going side by side here with Joe Mollers for the lead of this race. He's going to go round the outside. What can Joel do? Is there going to be a bit of contact? They seem to keep it together. No, but that is Jake Sin who's been spun round on the track. He's made contact with Joe Mollers on that corner. And now he has fallen out of the points as Maestro also hits the wall as Dyson retires from the session all at once. Well, this has gone horribly wrong. Luke GDI now in P2 with the penalty. Tristan ahead, just behind Lars. Luke GDI now on the soft tyres. He's going to try and make a move here on Joe Mollers as soon as possible. I don't think Joel's going to really try to defend it that much, to be honest. Hako DK given a penalty as well. Luke GDI now on the fresher tyres and in some clean air. He's going to be in the slipstream here with the fresh soft tyres. Which way is he going to go? He's going to try go around the outside here on Joe Mollers. We've seen how this has turned out for many other drivers before. Will it work out for him? It does work out for Luke GDI. He takes the lead of this race ahead of Joe Mollers. Lars following closely behind though. Joel is going to re-attack him here now with the DRS. He's going to go round the outside here as we have cars going 3 wide here as Lars dives down onto the inside here on Joe Mollers. He's got the medium tyres. He's going to try and go round the outside here as Luke GDI is also trying to hold on here. Joe Mollers down on the inside. He makes a little bit of contact there with Lars. He's going to have to go a little wide there on that corner, and that's left him vulnerable as Robert now tries to go round the outside here on Tristan. And Tristan though defends it quite well, but he is going to try and make a move here. He's going to dive on the inside here on this corner, and that's going to be Robert now up into 4th place. Tristan now falling out as Rico has come back now ahead of PW Jones. He goes round the outside, and that was such a clean move there from Rico. He's now in 5th place as we start the next lap. Incredible stuff here. FIFA now 2/10 behind Gerbo. He's going to go into the slipstream, and he's going to go just about side by side here. Jake Sin also gets ahead of Velvet Thunder at the same time. And is he going to get ahead? FIFA does get ahead of Gerbo. Phenomenal stuff. Rico now though might just try to make a move. And that is Gerbo gone off the track. He hits into a bit of barrier. He hits into one of the dashboards. Or I don't know what you call them. Rico now hunting down Robert DS now for 4th place here. Some incredible racing here going on. Can Rico, can he pull this podium out? He's gonna try go on the inside, but not quite close enough yet. He had a little look, but he didn't quite do it. Lars now is gonna be fighting Luke GDI now for the lead of this race. And that is Vapes gone off on the track as well. He's been spun round. He's made contact with somebody there. As Robert DS now going side by side with Joe Mollers. He gets ahead of him. And so does Rico. 2 drivers swamping Joe Mollers now for 3rd and 4th place respectively. And Joe Mollers is falling now down into 5th place. Rico now will have DRS and the slipstream here on Robert DS. Will he go for a move? He's not quite close enough. Robert now is coming in here for Lars here for the potentially for the net lead of this race. Rico has a look here. There's been a lot of incidents behind. Gerbo has left the session. So does Vapes. They've both retired from this race, as does Hako DK. Tristan having a look here on his teammate Joe Mollers. Joe Mollers going side by side here with Tristan. Tristan does get ahead of Joe Mollers there. It was a nice move from him. Joe Mollers on those older tyres just isn't quite able to keep up. And PW Jones now was also going to have a look here on Joe Mollers. Luke GDI now on those soft tyres. They're going to start running out fairly quickly. I will leave him vulnerable then to Lars, who is on medium tyres. But then he's got Robert then following closely behind. Followed by Rico, Tristan, and then Joel Mollers. He's got PW Jones, his championship rival, following very closely behind. This would be a very good result here for PW Jones if he could just get ahead of Joel Mollers. That'd be very crucial for him. Joel has yet to pit as well, which is not ideal for him. PW Jones now into the slipstream here of Joel Mollers. He might just make a move here. Nope, he doesn't go for it. He's so very close to his championship rival here. He has a very good chance here to get ahead of him. Lars now is catching a lot of time here to Lucha Di for the lead of this race. As is Rico and Robert behind. PW Jones really putting the pressure here on Joel Mollers. As Makalako gets ahead of Velvet Thunder. It's a nice clean move there from Makalako. He might just try and go for another attack here. But he isn't quite close enough. Lucha Di, his tires are just falling away from him so very slowly. And Lars has caught up a lot of time to him now. Lucha Di also has a penalty, which isn't ideal for him as well if he wants to stay ahead. PW Jones now diving onto the inside here on Joel Mollers. He's finally going to make the move work. And he gets ahead into P6. Joel might just try to attack him and get a switchback, but he isn't able to do it. And PW Jones now up into 6th place. Lars is getting very, very close there to Lucha Di. Lars is so very close every time. He's going to catch him at some point now. He's going to have a run here now. Lars has got ERS on Lucha Di. What can Lucha Di here do to defend his lead? Lars has the superior medium tires. He's going to go around the outside there on the straight. And Lars takes the lead of the race into P1. Phenomenal stuff there. Joel Mollers now going side by side here with FIFA in the AlphaTauri. And Joel just losing out there to FIFA. His tires are just falling away from him every lap. As Jake Sin gets ahead there of Makalako. Robert now is also very close to Lucha Di. And he'll be looking to make a move as quickly as possible so he can stay in that DRS of Lars. Which will be crucial for this race victory if he wants to get it. After he so very crudely lost. Actually, I think it was Lucha Di who actually took it from him. Robert's going to want revenge here on Lucha Di for taking the race win in the last corner in Imola. But he has got Rico behind as well, who's putting on a lot of pressure. This is going to be Robert's chance now, as Luke now goes into the pits. And that's Robert now up into 2nd place. Rico in 3rd, followed by Tristan, Luke, PW Jones. Sorry, Tristan, PW Jones, FIFA, and then Joe Mollers. He's all the way down in 7th. He chose not to pit under that safety car, and I think it's cost him a lot. Rico and Tristan going side by side here into these corners. Rico just about staying ahead as Tristan, it looks like he's lost out there now. He's in 4th. Rico now up into 2nd. Something's going on there on the network. I'm not sure what's happened there. Rico now up into the lead of this race. Lars now in 2nd. Followed by Robert, Tristan. I'm not quite sure what happened there. He just seemed to have ghosted ahead of him. Robert DS now setting the fastest lap of the race. He's in 3rd place, followed by Lars, and then Rico. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Rico just suddenly gets ahead there to the lead of this race. Got 5 laps left of racing. Or sorry, 5 laps of racing to go. I think that might have been my end. I think something very strange happened. I don't know why that was. That was very, very odd. Does anyone know what happened there? That was very weird. Rico now 4.7 seconds ahead of Lars. That is Velvet Thunder. Yo, flying in sector 2, I think he went off there. FIFA now in P6. He's hunting down PW Jones for 5th place. Loot GDI though setting the fastest lap of this race. He's all the way down in 10th now because he went onto the softs. And he has got a penalty, but Velvet Thunder says he's pitting and he's retired from the session. Very interesting there. I'm not sure why it said he was in the pits, but he is out of this race. Lars is now 11 seconds behind Rico. Not quite sure how that's happened now, to be honest. I don't know what happened there. Rico has pulled 13 seconds on Lars. I don't know how this has happened. But Luke GDI is setting the fastest laps of the session, as Jakeson has rejoined. Just gotta test to make sure the stream is working. I think everything's good. Yeah, it's all good. Whoa. That is Rico now, down in 4th place. Now in 5th place. I'm not quite sure what's going on here now. I think Rico now down in 5th place. FIFA in 4th, Tristan in 3rd, Robert 2nd, and Lars ahead of him. Lars is in the lead of this race. I'm not quite sure. I think my internet is absolutely dreadful right now, so this can't be right. What is going on with the order of these people? Rico's now down in 7th, 8th? I don't know what's going on. This is Luke's in the lead. I don't know what's going on. It says Maestro's in 2nd. Okay, I think the lobby's broken. This is very odd. The game doesn't know who's in the lead of this race anymore. The whole lobby is gone nuts. I think it's Lars in the lead of this race, followed by Robert, Tristan, FIFA, and then Rico. But that could be completely different. I guess we're gonna find out towards the end. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Lars is holding off Robert here. Robert is gaining a lot of time on him. Joe Mulders gets ahead of Maestro here, but Maestro is going to have a look here now. He's going to try go around the outside, but Joel covers him off there, and he's still up now, ahead of Maestro. It's all the way down 11th. That order is still not correct. The game does not know who's actually ahead of who. Joe Mulders setting the fastest lap of this Grand Prix. Robert Diaz is trying so very hard to get ahead of Lars for the lead of this race. Tristan following behind. Then FIFA. PW Jones is following closely behind him. It looks like we're under safety car now. Not sure what driver that is. It looks like Enchiladad has retired. I don't know what's it. The game is so confused. It looks like Enchiladad has retired from the session. We have 2 more laps of racing to go, with Lars in the lead at this Grand Prix, as far as I know. Then we've got Robert Diaz, Tristan, and then FIFA. And then the order is gone completely off the rails again. Robert and Tristan are getting very close to Lars here. And with only a couple laps left, it's going to be very crucial for them to get ahead now if they want to win this race. Seems to be in the sector where everything just... The game gets so very confused about where the leaders are. Yeah, it's just in that sector for some reason, and then it all goes back to normal. It's very strange. Looks like there's some weird F1 22 bugs going on, so Rico was never actually in the lead of this Grand Prix. As far as I know, it's Lars in the lead, with Robert Diaz following closely behind, and then Tristan. Not quite sure what happened there. I think the switching to hosts might have had just a little impact there on the telemetry there. I can't lie, it's very, very scuffed. This is probably the most, I think this is the most scuffed SERL stream I think I've ever done. This is so weird. I mean, maybe it's just me. I think maybe everyone else is fine, but maybe because I'm streaming, it's like that. I'm not quite sure. Very odd. We're on the final lap of this Grand Prix. Lars currently leading. Tristan and Robert will both be very desperate to try and win this. And we'll find out who can actually do it. Can Lars hold on to this lead on this last lap? Tristan's gaining a lot of time here on Robert. So we have a back marker as well going through, unlapping themselves. Tristan now is going to have one final chance to try and get ahead of Robert. He has ERS, but it's not going to be close enough as Lars takes the checkered flag and doesn't win. Does he win? No. Now the lap counter. I think he's won. As Lars has won this Grand Prix. I don't know what's going on. Tristan takes the win here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. This whole thing is broken. We'll find out in the edit who actually won this, but to me, I think Lars went across the line and won the race, but honestly, the whole telemetry is completely screwed up. I don't know who's gone actually where, to be honest with you. Oh, it looks like Lars had a puncture there towards the end of this race, and he lost out. I think that might be why he lost out on the win. As far as I know, Tristan has won the Brazilian Grand Prix, followed by Rico and Robert on the podium. AlphaTauri getting double points finish. Lars in P6 with a puncture right towards the end. Joe Mollers finishes ahead of his championship rival in P7. Marco Lacco in P9 and Maestro finishing off the points. Jake Sin and Palmigiano are fortunate not to get the points today. I don't know who fucking won this race, I'm gonna be honest. So, it looks like Tristan has won the Brazilian Grand Prix, finishes in first, ahead of Robert and Rico, who both finish on the podium. And Joe Mollers, again, extends his lead in the championship. It's a great win there for Tristan, and for Red Bull. He beats out his teammate. He beats out his teammate Joe Mollers. That is it for 7th round. That is it for the 7th round of the season. Man, that was so scuffed. Man, those highlights are going to be... Oh, damn, those highlights are going to be very scuffed. But anyway, if you watched, hopefully it was enjoyable. The end was scuffed, unfortunately. I don't know what happened there with the lobby, to be honest. Maybe it was just me, but yeah. Make sure to check out the YouTube. There will be highlights soon. But yeah, should be good.